A lion doesn't roar before the hunt. It roars after the kill. Most people announce the plan before the work. They post the goal before the first rep. They tell people about the business before the first sale. They talk about the book before the first page. And then, slowly, quietly, the dream dies. Not from lack of talent, not from bad timing. It dies because talking about it felt like building it. That is the trap. And almost every man alive has fallen into it. But have you ever wondered why? Why do so many ambitious people begin with fire only to disappear before they ever arrive? The answer isn't laziness. It isn't discipline. It begins much deeper, inside the mind. The lion understands something most men never will. The hunt is won long before the roar. Every step through the grass is silent. Every movement is measured. Every ounce of energy is protected. Because real predators never waste strength proving they're dangerous. They prove it when the hunt is over. Science eventually discovered what nature had been demonstrating all along. When you share your plans and people respond, when they say, "Good luck, I believe in you," that's amazing. Your brain registers something, not progress, not achievement, but the feeling of it. The dopamine that was supposed to reward you for completing the mission arrives early for the announcement. And that's where most dreams quietly begin to die. Because once your brain tastes the reward, it unconsciously lowers the urgency to earn it. You received applause before there was anything to applaud. Your mind mistakes recognition for accomplishment. Your identity starts becoming the man who is going to build something instead of the man who actually does. And once that illusion settles in, the fire begins to cool. Not all at once, just enough. Enough to miss one day, then another, until the goal becomes another unfinished promise buried beneath yesterday's excitement. The lion never makes that mistake. It doesn't announce the hunt. It becomes the hunt. Because silence protects something most people don't even realize they're losing: momentum. But there is another danger hiding inside every announcement. One that's even more destructive than premature satisfaction. The moment you tell people your next move, you hand them access to something that should still be growing in the dark. The doubters rehearse their doubts before you've taken your first step. The critics begin judging something that doesn't even exist yet. The skeptics start measuring the size of a tree while it's still a seed beneath the soil. And little by little, their uncertainty becomes your uncertainty. Not because they were right, but because you invited their voices into a room where only your conviction belonged. The strongest ideas are fragile in the beginning, not because they're weak, but because they're unfinished. A seed doesn't become a tree because everyone believes in it. It becomes a tree because it remains underground long enough to grow roots. Dreams are no different. Protect them. Not everyone deserves early access to what you're building. Not everyone deserves to see the blueprint. Not everyone deserves to know what keeps you awake at night. Because the world has a strange habit. It celebrates finished monuments, but it often laughs at foundations. There is a reason the lion waits. Silence is not emptiness. Silence is strategy. The hunt happens in silence. Preparation happens in silence. Discipline grows in silence. Transformation happens in silence. While the jungle is making noise, the lion is making progress. Every step through the grass has purpose. Every breath is controlled. Every movement is hidden. Not because the lion fears being seen, but because it understands a law that most men never learn. Power revealed too early becomes power diluted. The world has conditioned people to announce everything. Every goal, every workout, every new beginning, every dream. As if saying it out loud somehow makes it more real. It doesn't. It only makes you feel like you've already moved. Real builders don't chase that feeling. They chase completion. The entrepreneur building the company nobody knows exists yet. The athlete training before sunrise while everyone else is asleep. The artist creating in an empty room. The man rebuilding his life after everyone stopped believing in him. They all have one thing in common: silence. Not because they're hiding, because they're protecting something fragile. Momentum. The beginning of every great thing is vulnerable. An idea, a habit, a discipline, a vision. The smallest amount of doubt can poison it before it has roots. That's why the lion never hunts with spectators. It doesn't need applause. It needs focus. And focus is expensive. Every unnecessary conversation steals it. Every explanation leaks it. Every opinion competes with it. Protect your attention like the lion protects the hunt, because attention is life. Most people think silence is the absence of confidence. It's the opposite. The loudest man in the room is often trying to convince everyone, including himself. The quiet man already decided. He doesn't need agreement. He doesn't need permission. He doesn't need validation. Because certainty is silent. Doubt is loud. Watch the lion before it attacks. No unnecessary movement. No performance. No announcement. Only complete presence. That's why the strike is so powerful. It comes without warning. Maybe that's the real lesson. Not to become quieter, but to become so consumed by the work that talking about it feels like a distraction. Disappear from the noise, not from life. Disappear from comparison. Disappear from proving yourself. Disappear from explaining yourself. Disappear into mastery. Let people wonder where you've been. Let them think you've stopped. Let them underestimate you. Nothing grows faster than expectations left unattended. While they're watching someone else's performance, build your foundation. While they're arguing online, study. While they're chasing attention, acquire skill. While they're announcing, become. Because the world has never been changed by the loudest people. It's been changed by the people who disappeared long enough to build something undeniable. One day, you'll walk back into the same room, the same people, the same voices. But this time, you won't need a speech. You won't need to explain where you've been. You won't need to convince anyone of your worth. Because results have a language that opinions can never translate. The lion never roars to begin the hunt. It roars because the hunt is over. Because victory no longer needs permission. Because proof no longer needs explanation. Remember this: amateurs announce intentions. Professionals announce results. Kings announce nothing. They simply arrive. So stop announcing your next chapter before you've lived the first page. Protect your mission. Protect your momentum. Protect your mind. Move quietly. Build relentlessly. Disappear into the work. And when the day finally comes, don't let your voice be the loudest thing about you. Let your results roar.